Hey everyone, I'm Everybody Fighter, and this is a new card day video. I'm actually super excited for this card. It's a new Chaos card, Chaos Sylph. Of is a water circle fairy chaos monster, size 3, of course, with 1000, 1000, and a crit of 1. Its call cost is to put any number of monsters on your field into this card's soul and pay 2 gauge. Counter, call this card from your hand by paying its call cost. So you can call this during your turn, your opponent's turn. It's all good. If there are 10 or more cards in your drop zone, this card gets 15,000 power, 15,000 defense, and a crit of 2, meaning making it a 16/16 monster with 3 crit, and also has triple attack and soul guard. So based on first impressions, it's a good card. Obviously, it's a counter call, which is always good. It has high stats with the conditions, which is super easy to pull off in either Legend World or Chaos, and of course, multiple souls, always good. With triple attack, so it's a pretty decent beat stick and or wall if you prefer it. So honestly, this is definitely worth playing in either Legend World or Chaos. Honestly, it seems to be fine. Possible cards you can combo with is Dainty Wind Sylph. You can have 3 Wider Circle or Fairy on your field. All your cards will get boosted, and then you counter call Chaos Sylph after all of them attack. Then Chaos Sylph will have 4 crit and 18,000 power and penetrate with triple attack, which will kill just about everything, unless you're playing against Max Dragons. Obviously, this one card won't get through it, but you can always try. Of course, then again, you can always play multiple Sylphs at once. The effects do stack, which is also another good thing to think of. Another card this can work with would be the Impact Monster Sylph Fairy's Banquet, since you can call the Impact Monster during your final phase, attack with all your monsters again, and then call Chaos Sylph with all your monsters, and then Sylph's ability will still be active, enabling Chaos Sylph to attack during your final phase after all your other monsters have attacked. Meaning you can essentially attack 6 times during your final phase, which is pretty good. Of course, I think fairies are more optimal than Wider Circle. I haven't seen Wider Circle get support in a very long time, and of course you can just play toilets with fairies since most of them are a fairy attribute. But of course, Chaos Sylph is a chaos monster, so does this card work into chaos? Honestly, I think it does, since you can counter call this after chaos monsters have attacked. Since it's chaos or very aggro, you obviously want to keep going with your aggressive strategy, and of course, since you can call this card with 3 souls and a gear god, you can essentially use Chaos Drain 4 times, which is pretty cool. Since you kind of do want to protect your gear god, and Chaos Draining the same card 4 times is much more optimal than just having 3 cards die and then immediately going into overkill. But then again, I don't really know what the new gear god stuff is, so I can't say that for sure. But honestly, an aggressive card in an aggressive deck always seems to work out, and counter calling never really a bad thing too. Overall, Chaos Sylph, definitely a fun addition to the Chaos and to Legend World in general. I am very much looking forward to this Bats versus Gear God set. I always like older support for decks. I mean, I do like the ASEC, and of course the Conan stuff is pretty cool, but I'm enjoying this, and I can't wait to see what we get next.